Welcome, David. Welcome to Venetian Macau at the Beyond Expo. I think that video encapsulates your first career as a professional football player. And I think one of the most amazing transitions of a professional sports person, such as you were, into a very, very successful global entrepreneur. I think we'd really like to hear how you made that transition so successfully.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's so nice to be back here in Macau. I've been coming here for many years, and obviously I'm very honored to be ambassador here, and very excited to be back. And Grant, thank you for the kind words. Obviously, everybody knows that I had a long career in football, which was pretty incredible to play for some of the teams that I played for, and for the amount of years that I played for. But to be honest, I always knew that there was going to be life after I finished playing. And I planned for that quite a few years out. About 10 years before my retirement, I started building businesses and investing into different businesses to kind of be ready for the moment that I stepped out of playing football. So when I did retire, the day after I retired, I jumped on a plane, I went to Miami, and I announced the team in Miami. And then my business life started, which has been very exciting, which has had its challenges over the time. But, one of the biggest challenges was probably getting Miami, the team, started. I never thought it would be that difficult, but I always believed that the difficult things are the ones that are most rewarding. And the Miami team has definitely been probably one of the most rewarding things that I've done in business. But I think that we've built the business up over the years, and it's something that I've always been excited about. It's something that I've always believed in. I've always believed in building teams outside of my career, because the reason I was successful as a football player was because of the teams that I played for, the great players that I played with, and the fans that I played in front of.
Right.
So for me, I knew that in my business career, I had to build a team around me that were more clever than me, more hardworking. I'm not sure they're as hardworking as me, but I always wanted to build a team with the right values, go into business with businesses and people that have the same values as what I've always had, and we seem to have done that. But we always want to get better. We always want to get bigger. So I'm enjoying doing that.
So you highlighted you also became a sports owner, so you're in a business of. But you also have a tremendous array of partnerships with different brands, different lifestyle brands, including Sands. I was struck as I was watching your Netflix documentary that, as you just referenced, early on you already thought about your life after football. When was the first time you thought, actually, I want to get into the business of lifestyle, fashion, and how did you come to select the specific brands and partners that you eventually cooperated with?
Well, I think I've been very lucky over time because I've been able to partner and go into business with great brands. And brands that also want the longevity. It's not about a 1 or 2 year deal, it's about a 10, 15, 20 year deal. And a lot of my partners I've been with for a long time. Adidas I've been with almost 30 years now. Sands is just over 10 years. Yeah. So it's going into business with people with the right values, with the kind of the values that I've always believed in, the values that I've always been brought up with from my parents. But on the business side, I enjoy working. You know, I enjoy traveling. So there's many kind of areas that we've gone into that are natural, that are authentic. I've always thought that the best businesses that we have are the authentic ones. And funnily enough, most of the businesses that we go into are authentic, and I have a connection. You know, I would never go into something that I didn't believe in. You know, I would never go into a business that I didn't believe that we could make successful, or that we could build, or that we could make bigger. There has to be a feeling on my side and my team's side that we believe in this product, because it's not believable if not. You know, the odd deal comes around that we go into that isn't something that I've always kind of been into, but then we make it, you know, we make it something that is very authentic to us as a business.
And talking of long-standing partners, you've been with Sands, I think, about 10 years now. And just to clarify, I think people think that we engaged with David because of the Londoner, but we actually engaged with David way before we conceived the Londoner. But now that we do have the Londoner, I mean, can you share with us some of your thoughts about how you've been able to identify with this specific project?
You know, I was very excited about this project, obviously because of the name, because of the theme, because of everything that you know, you guys were trying to achieve. And when I first came to the building, I could see the vision already. You know, I saw the visuals, I saw the excitement around what was being built at the Londoner. But obviously my involvement, I was personally very excited about, you know, to be able to make the suites that we've made, because I travel around so much, and when I go into a hotel room, I like to feel like it's home. I like to feel like I'm stepping into my bedroom or my lounge at my house in London. And that's how we designed it. You know, we worked with the David Collins studio, and they were really incredible to work with. And I think that we did an incredible job. You know, it just feels like home when I walk into it. So I'm very committed to that, and I was very excited when, you know, Mr. Edelson and obviously and Rob Goldstein, you know, when we first started talking about that was something that I was very passionate about. And then to see it all come together, you know, I think that that's the exciting part. But, you know, we can build these things and we can make these suites, but in all honesty, it's about the people that are inside the building. You know, I met some of the staff yesterday that had been here for 20 years. You know, a lot of the staff that are in the building have been here for a long, long time. So, you know, that's what makes these places special. You know, the people inside them.
Couldn't agree more. But for those of you who haven't been inside the David Beckham suite at the Londoner, I think they prepared a video to showcase what David designed with the David Collins studio. I think it's a fantastic product. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But I was also struck by what you just said, but also I've heard you say it before, which is, as good as this hardware is, as good as the beautiful 5-star product that we've delivered, it's really the staff and the hospitality that they provide that really makes the difference. And I couldn't agree with you more on that. And if we just pivot now away from your business interests and talk a little bit about philanthropy and what you've done for UNICEF and other charitable causes, it'll be great for the audience to hear from you what causes really inspire you and how you think you can leverage your branding to benefit these causes.
Yeah, it's one of my most passionate things that I do. I've been with UNICEF. I got introduced to UNICEF over 20 years ago now when I was on a tour in Thailand with Manchester United. And that's really where my involvement started with UNICEF. And I'm very passionate about this. It's something that I've always believed in, making sure that children are safe around the world. And to work with a company, to work with, people like we have at UNICEF is incredible to actually see the work that goes on. So it's been an incredible journey, one that I've always worked hard to make sure that children, don't have missed education, that, we fight against, child marriage and violence against children around the world. And like I said, it's something that we'll continue to do and always do, unfortunately, because, it keeps continuing. But there's a lot of great work that goes on over at UNICEF. But during that time, we were able to start a fund called the Seven Fund, which was something that we came up with the idea as a team to help children around the world, and to help mostly young girls that are being left behind and not being given the same opportunities as boys do. The amount of times that I've gone into the field and seen these young girls that are getting left behind, that are not being given the same opportunity as boys, and we're focused on that. So, I also work for Malaria No More, and this is obviously a disease that we continue to fight, that, can be solved in our lifetime. So we take huge steps forward with that, but we'll continue the fight. But like I said, it's something that I've always, believed in. It's something that I've always been behind, and also to, the safety of children around the world is something that we all should focus on, but we'll continue to fight against that.
And I think you mentioned children. How do you see sport as a conduit for developing children's futures, especially those in disadvantaged circumstances?
Luckily, I've played for some of the biggest clubs around the world. So when we actually do go into these different projects around the world, a lot of the young children, if they don't know my face, they know the name and they know the teams that I've played for, and children get excited about that. And you can see that for the moment that a child steps onto a football pitch or a basketball court or a tennis court or picks up a ball, their faces change. They've got the same smiles as my children have and other children around the world have. And we know how powerful the game is. We know how powerful sport is, but we also know how powerful football is. So that can change children's lives. It can give them different educations in different things, give them, so much more confidence. It's a team sport, and that kind of thing for a child. I have 4 children, not so young anymore. They're 25, 21, 19, and my daughter, Harper 7, is 13 almost. So, I know that when they're involved in a team sport, there's so many life lessons they get to learn from that. The commitment they have to show, the sacrifice that they have to build, all of these things. But the biggest thing is, with sports, is confidence. It gives children confidence. So we know that is something that we've always focused on.
Just specifically with your team in the United States, how do you see the team developing with the World Cup coming up, and just generally the development of soccer in North America?
Well, I think that obviously with the World Cup coming up in 2026, he comes to the US, Canada, and Mexico. I think it's a big moment for the sport. I think it's a big moment for the MLS. I think it's a real opportunity to grasp, the opportunity to build the league to be as big as some of the European leagues. We have a real opportunity now. We're very lucky as a team, and I'm very lucky as an owner to be able to have the world's best player to have ever played the game in my team. So I'm very lucky with that, but I know that we have to continue to invest, continue to work hard in the US. I think we're doing a very good job at the moment, but the excitement is there, the interest is there, and like I said, we have a little bit of time now on the lead up to the next World Cup that is very crucial, but it's a thing that I'm actually very much enjoying. A couple of years ago, it's been difficult times, but then when you bring the players that we have and the players that then continue to come into the league and come into the MLS in America, I always said that, bringing someone like Lionel Messi to Miami wasn't just a gift for Miami, it was a gift for America.
Right.
It was a gift for the young children in America to then be inspired by watching Messi play, by watching Jordi Alba, by watching, Busquets, Sergio, by watching Luis Suarez. That is our gift. That was our gift, to bring Leo into a league that then the future of America, the future these young kids of America can watch their hero play.
And you mentioned a moment ago your children. I know family is very, very important to you. I know how packed your schedule is here, and I know you were just coming from Shanghai. How do you, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, divide your time, and how do you preserve your family time?
I've talked about obviously my career as a footballer. I've talked about my career in business. I've talked about obviously the charity work that I do with UNICEF and Malaria No More. And all of those things are obviously very important to me. I work hard on all of those subjects. But I've always said the number one importance to me is my family. The most important thing to me is my children and my wife and our parents. So those are the things that obviously, it can get complicated at times.
Right.
When you're traveling, when you're working, when you're busy, when you have certain things that are going on in your life. But the moment you step through that door and you see your children, you forget everything.
Sure.
I'm very lucky that I'm able to spend the time that I am able to spend with my children. I'm lucky that I can take my daughter to school and then pick her up from school. Not every parent has that opportunity, so I feel I'm very blessed that I'm able to do that. But me and Victoria work very hard as parents to make sure there's either one of us always at home with the children. So it can get complicated at times on the schedule, but that's life. At the end of the day, I'm very lucky to have the businesses that I have and have had the career that I've had. But I know there's a lot of people that have helped me do that. But on the family side, my family will always be my number one priority.
For sure, completely agree. I know time is coming up, but can you say a few words about where you see the David Beckham brand going next? What other exciting partnerships that we should be expecting?
Well, I just want to continue to be healthy, to be fit, to be able to travel around and to work as hard as I do. Because, I'm very lucky to be partners with Authentic Brands Group now, and obviously, we've done so many things that have happened in such a short space of time, so we've been successful on that side, but we want to continue to build the business, continue to build the brand, and continue to have success, but you have to work hard for that, and you have to be committed and make sacrifices for that. So we want to continue to do that, and that's something that I'm obviously very passionate about. But yeah, you know, I think we're excited about the future. We're excited about everything that we're doing together, and we'll continue to work as hard as we do, because I have great partners, I have great people that I work with, and that will continue. So yeah, it's exciting, but I always like to be here. You know, I always like to be around the people that I love and that I like to work with, and that's what we'll continue to do in the future. We have the content studio, Studio
Right.
99, that have obviously made a few documentaries, which obviously one of them was mine, one of them was the Manchester United 99 that we've just brought out, and we'll make these documentaries and short films and the commercials that we do. So there's multiple things that are happening within the business. We've just announced a Boss, Hugo
Right.
Boss partnership, which we're very excited about. But there's multiple things that we've done in the last couple of years that, you know, are 4, 5, 10-year deals that, you know, continue to be, you know, really hard work and something that, you know, I enjoy doing.
Thank you. And how do you like being back in Macau?
I mean, every time that I come back to Macau, something's changed. You know, there's always things that are changing in Macau, and that's what I love about it. But the one thing that doesn't change is the people here. You know, every time that you come through those doors, you see the same people, and that's what I love, because that's what I loved about Manchester United. Manchester United was a big family, and this organisation, these people that are in these buildings, they're family. And that's what I love. The moment you walked into Old Trafford, you saw the same people on the door, serving the food. You know, that's what I love. And it's the same thing here. I get off the plane, I go into a car, I have the same driver, the same person that is meeting me at the door, and it's just, it feels like family. So, you know, that's what I love about coming back here. But it continues to change, continues to get bigger, but it's things like these, you know, the Expo that is here brings people in, and I think those things are so important, and yeah, I'm just very excited to be back.
Yeah, well, you've been a tremendous inspiration to all of us, and I think we're lucky to be able to have you here in Macau, in the Venetian, at the Beyond Expo, and we hope that you come back soon, because this is your home away from home, and look forward to hearing, you know, more exciting plans that you have for your global business.
Yeah, well, thank you. You know, I always love coming back here, like I just said, and, you know, the commitment and loyalty that, you know, you guys have always shown me as an organisation, to myself, to my team, you know, it is exceptional, and I think that's why we enjoy the partnership. It's why I don't even look at it as a partnership anymore. I look at it as a family. You know, it's extended family, and I think that's why it works. That's why the collaboration works, and you know, I always love being here and in the multiple properties that we have. So I'm excited to come back again.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you.